Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to be looking at taking what we learned in the last video about playing Florio on turn 2 and how to protect that, and basically applying it to a different unit and going for a different combo. So what we've gone for is I've made a list that I've called Crashtra. So this is going to be trying to play Crash in an Astra refresh list, and it's another 6-drop unit, and there's a bit of a weird thing going on with this list where you may notice there is currently not a single ranged unit. So this is going to be quite a bizarre one to play because we're trying to focus really hard on getting Crash into range, but we haven't basically budgeted anything for something like Quetzali, so we're going to have to just rely on basically Crankbait or maybe even Chuck and Co to get us into range. In fact, you know what? I think I actually need to make this change immediately because I don't think we can cope without at least having one of those two additional ones here. So I'm going to put Chuck and Co in so we can chuck our Crash at people. I don't think it's going to come up very often because our game plan is going to be to play... Where is she? There we go. Saphria turn 1 and turn 2 play Crash. So we're going to be able to protect it with the shield barrier, and we should also be able to, if we're lucky, generate some additional Cinder from Astra. Now what we want to do with Crash is we want to use the Wreck It and then use the attack afterwards, so we're getting the extra damage. But to get Crash in range, we can actually use Astra's refresh to attack and move twice. Attack and move twice. Probably only move first of all. The other option, if we think our opponent's being aggressive and can't damage Crash enough, is if we actually play out a couple of Scattervines early on, then that gives us 2 Cinder instead of just the 1 from Saphria. And if we do have an option of basically playing a Cinder Sphere and keeping it safe, we can actually use Crash's ability, attack, and then we can move Astra in, refresh it, move, ability, and attack again for so much damage. Now, the rest of the things we've got here, Taurian Guardian to protect us a bit, Fate Twister Tantans for the same reason, but also for Cinder generation. We've got Crankbait just for the general utility, the Cinder generation, the movement, that sort of thing. Tipu here because Tipu just combos well with Astra on their own. We can start getting double activations, grow Tipu nice and quickly. Also good to protect for Saphria. Turncoat because I love Turncoat, it's a lot of fun. Nectarvine for more Cinder and a bit of longevity, a bit of that late game, just gradually start healing up. And Chuck and Co you've now just seen me add in so that we can throw Crash at people. So for now, I'm going to hopefully just jump in and play a game and just see how this works out, see if we can have some fun with it. If you enjoy the content, please do subscribe to the channel, it really does mean a lot. Or if you want to, you can support on the Patreon link down below. Drop a comment, let me know what you want to see, but for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found a game. We are against Human Player. A very encouraging name to come against. They're playing Zac, so they're going to have a bit more pressure than we do in the early game. But hopefully this can be a lot of fun. So, we're going to have to see how well we can hold up, see what we can do here, see if we can actually get Crash into range. It's going to be really hard with the mines being around, especially on this map as well. So, Crankbait's going to have to be something we consider very, very early on here. But for now, I just want to kind of just jump into it and just see how well we can do. So, with us going first, it's interesting because we could even consider just deploying Saphria maybe onto the middle if we could get over onto this point. So, what if we move to, say, here? Can we put Saphria on the middle? We're a little short. And because this is a melee map, we need to be careful. So I'm just going to place Saphria down here, make it harder for them to attack us turn 1, and we'll grow some Cinder over here. In fact, probably just somewhere we can deploy onto fairly safely, so like here. And our range attack, I mean we can poke that, but we're not really going to need to. So let's just call it a day there and see what they do. So they might be able to get a line of sight onto our Saphria, but if we can get Crash into range, we're in a great spot. But we don't want to deploy Crash onto this, so we may need to save that for a future turn. In fact, yeah, when I was talking about the game plan, I was talking about needing 6 Cinder on turn 2, but that's not actually going to ever be relevant because we won't have Crash on the battlefield by then. So we could even here just maybe even move Saphria backwards to take this, hop forwards, deploy forwards. I mean, that's unfortunate, but at least we're still gaining the victory point. I imagine they drop something down here, maybe even a few things. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there's their first deployment. They're trying to take this objective away from us, which is pretty reasonable. If they go there, they're going to be in range of our Saphria. Yeah, that's about where they want to go. It's their own Saphria. So this feels like it could even be the Florio list, especially if this is a mine. If this is a mine, we'll just move over here and try and poke it, and then we'll drop Crash down. Yeah. So, I feel like we're likely to be able to deal with that. Have they got another player, or are they going for the big Florio start? Okay, so they've gone for the Florio. But yeah, we're just going to pop in here, hit this. Of course we missed the 93%. So the question is, how do we even deploy here then? If we've got 6 here, maybe we even just deploy Torian or something else, or do we just go straight for Crash? I mean, Crash is the reason we're here, but we just don't want to take that additional damage for no reason. Because we'd be taking 6 here. What if we deploy it just about here? Use Savria's ability.
Like a snug onesie.
We can grow more Cinder. And just try and be fairly cautious. It's the fact that we missed that mine is really awkward. There's only a 7% chance to miss, otherwise we could have cleared this out and potentially just deployed Crash a bit further forwards. Whereas now it's going to be a lot more difficult. The 50% miss chance there is actually quite important. That could really take us out of the game of getting Crash killed. The thing is that we just need to get Crash into range of things. Okay, so that drops that off.
Bring protection.
The Savria can come in, or they can Grav Disc. Grav Discing Savria in works. We'll take that.
Quick.
Honestly, I actually think it's more awkward to just leave it there. Oh, they're just going to go for it. Okay. That's very bold. Given that we can defend this, and potentially even play other things to defend it next turn, this could be great for us. Because Crash can move really far. Oh, they're going to place it. Oh, no, they don't have enough Cinder for another mine, so. Okay, so they're potentially just giving up on Savria. Oh no, they can move again afterwards because they haven't moved yet, of course. Well done, human player. So they're running out of time, so they need to deploy something. But we'll see what that's going to be, and whether or not we get some sort of fun Crash synergies going on. Because that'd be awesome if we did. We probably should start taking something over here. If they deploy there, we are absolutely just going to go all in on Crash. Yeah, we really are. So, we should be in melee range of this. Yes, so we're just going to melee here. Shield barrier Crash.
Can't hurt, right?
Pop back over here.
Infernal contraption.
So, can we get Crash
My dad would not
into somewhere that Astra could jump onto him? Maybe not. I don't think we're going to be able to, so what I want to do here is actually just move in here,
This is no good at all.
go for the Wreck-It Ralph. Or actually, oh, we can. So what we need to do here is deploy something to take some of this, because we need 4 Cinder, so maybe if we just go for Torian here. Gain the 2 Cinder. Jump over here. We're just going to punch Chuck. Take that hit back. Oh, we haven't into the breach. Into the breach.
good ammo.
Wreck it to hit all 3 of those. Move over here. Hit this. And there we go. So we're down to 2, but we've cleared a bunch of their units with Crash, and we've gone and hit them for 5. So I do think it'd be good if we could have had a little more protection there, but yeah, it wasn't the worst. I'll be honest, I thought we were going to survive that with a bit more health, and we should have also got an attack off here as well. But we're now to no units on the battlefield for them to, 2 deployed for us already, and we can start looking to claim the objectives. So they have got 5 to play with here, is the issue. We've got 0 so far, so we're going to have to play either Tantan or Nectarvine, Scattervine next turn, and that doesn't bode well in terms of damage. Okay, a Beatrice is something we probably can't really deal with. So it may even just be the case that we're having to start running now and just claiming objectives and trying to contest things. Because our big hitter is gone. That's our biggest hitter in the list. So next thing we need to do is try and work on a Tipu plan. And I think for Tipu, looking at these, we're going to want to play Tantan out first. Because Tantan can actually help Tipu as well. If this is a mine, that's fine. We do not care. Like, Savria's probably going to be starting to run away, to be honest. So if we shield barrier herself,
To the safety zone.
move over to something like... over there works, but...
The tree gave us these.
Okay, so our best hit chances, that's 100%. We can just kill the mine if you want to, but I think we'll just take that. Oh, I forgot. I didn't realise we were in melee range. That's actually really bad for us.
If they try, they'll fail.
So let's move over here, into the breach,
We need your expertise.
move back over here. I guess we shield barrier there, because we made a mistake again. And, I mean, I don't like the idea of Neck Divine though, because it doesn't really help us. Let's pop Tantan down.
My skin, green Makita bomb.
And yeah, let's just bring Torian further forward and try and get ready to start applying some pressure, but we're going to start losing on objectives here, so human player might just have us tied up a little bit. This should be out of the Beatrice range for hitting 2 units, I'd hope. Yeah, so they can move up here and just protect Beatrice, that's fine. We've got other things that we can deploy behind this. And we can even just deploy a Chuck and Go on here and just explode to deal 1 to Beatrice and 1 to us, which isn't too unreasonable. And the fact we have got Tantan to start ignoring some of Torian's damage, or Torian's debuff, is nice, I suppose. But we're not quite there yet. Interesting. I don't know how we're going to come back from this, to be honest. Although, actually, Turncoat's nuts here. If we can get into Turncoat range and like protect Turncoat as well as keep their Zax away from pulling the units out, we might be in with a real shot here. Like, Turncoat might be ridiculous. Okay, I think that's the game plan now. So we're going to start just making them miss, moving away, maybe even just blocking them in place. Or I don't know, do we want them to miss or do we want to try and steal their units? So they've only got 3 leaderships, they can't play any of the really impactful stuff. Okay. And... okay, so they passed the turn there. I actually think it's more important to make Beatrice miss. We'll attack Torian here because we can. We got it anyway, which is nice. We'll pop over here. Try and keep Savria safe.
Could we throw the cinder at them?
I think head over this way as well, just block this route off slightly. I think we play... Turncoat is going to be the play, I believe. But we want to play it something like here, keep it safer slightly. And how can we use this cinder? So Savria can shield barrier Turncoat.
To the safety zone. Let's let
Astra, I believe, is touching this, so we could just into the breach here.
get in the game.
We can shield barrier. Oh, does it need line of sight? Okay, shield barrier Astra.
Safety's no accident.
I guess we could pop over here for some more cinder. It does put us at risk of that Zax going for the explosion, but...
My skin,
and then lastly, we could just grow another cinder sphere. We don't want to go for these melee attacks. Okay, so they're now pushing on these, but we can start going for the Turncoat value if this works out. So if they're moving up this way aggressively, we're just taking 2 units. Like, we'll move up, we'll block them in place, we'll deploy behind it so they can't pull out of the way, we'll take the mine hit for it.
I'm so
I think we could be in a really good spot here. If they stay here, we're in a really good spot. We can just move forward, refresh Turncoat's abilities, take 2 units, deploy another one on here. Like, I think we deploy over somewhere over here to block the pull, so they can't pull things back quite as easily.
Look, don't touch.
Maybe even use a Cinder Sphere for the same reason. Okay, so there's Florio. Florio's going to be an issue for us, but I don't think we're out of this. Yeah, so this is fine. Oh wow, they missed as well. I mean, we missed our big attack in the early game, which is probably quite a big turning point for it. So let's see how we can do from here. They've got no leadership left. They've got a bit of cinder, but if they're placing more mines back here, that makes it even harder for them to escape. That's really good for us. It means we're stealing at least Beatrice, if not Torian as well. That's great. Okay, Torian can run away. Maybe not far enough though. Oh, is Torian going to get away? Okay, so we can't get over there, which is fair enough. But they're not holding this middle objective anymore. Okay, so what do we do?
Admiring the spoils.
I think we just go with that. Move back slightly.
Order is chaos.
Guarantee that that misses.
We are afraid we can't let
I guess we take a pot shot over here, maybe? Or do we start just moving for a different angle? I think maybe we start going for a different game plan. So we've Tantan back over here.
Don't worry, the tree gave us these.
So we can use shield barrier here.
To the safety zone.
I guess we actually just pop here into the breach
We
again.
need your expertise.
We can't quite reach Tantan, so no valid targets anyway.
Oops, did I trigger something?
So let's play some Scattervines out. And then we're going to start moving these towards Florio, I think. Yes. Like, I know this is a big risk for Florio to take things out, but we should be able to live through it all, at least. Like, we should be able to get Beatrice as well. Like, they don't get to use Beatrice. If they pull Beatrice into this.
It's almost too good.
Like, they're doing well on damage here, but we need to find ways over here. And honestly, we're going to start throwing our units at them. Oh no, because we're not going to be able to steal Beatrice now. I used my Scattervine wrong. I forgot that's how Scattervine works. Okay, so we need to just be really aggressive now to start losing Scattervines on purpose. If they lose this middle objective though, that's great for us. I mean, yeah, that's fine. They're currently holding one objective, so we still need to fight this a little bit, but yeah, if we can just lose things here and take control of the Beatrice, we're in a much better spot. But we're going to struggle to actually play out things that are going to be relevant. Yeah, they're going to take this and we're not in a position to do anything about it. I think I've messed this up. Okay, we don't care about that, that's fine.
Try these goggles of
So
salvation.
we can move to about there. So let's go to here with Sabria. I guess we shield barrier the Scattervine.
Let's let our hair down.
Come to here, take this shot. Well, into the breach Sabria.
Get in the game.
I can't quite get in range of that, so maybe even just block off. And I guess Sabria just runs down this way. Turncoat uses the ability here.
Feeling out of control.
I think Torian moves over there.
You are gaining perspective.
We're just out of range of what we want to do over there as well.
Uh-oh. Something sounds imminent.
We're going to lose this. Okay, because we know we're actually going to lose Beatrice, let's just make Beatrice's next attack miss. What is it? Oh, is it already... And we've moved off of the thing. Oh, this is not going well. This is going very badly. Our opponent's going to win on victory points because we've just given up on these unnecessarily. If they just kill Turncoat here, we're in a terrible spot. Yeah, this was... So at the moment it's currently 1 in the morning, and I think my gameplay is currently reflecting that. At least we knew that was going to miss. That's nice. But we need to hold more objectives and deal with this. Maybe we just start pushing the captain, but we don't have enough turns to do so. We need to really start holding these points. So we're going to have to just start throwing units at objectives just to try and get somewhere. I mean, this is reasonable. I'm okay with this. Torian's still hard to deal with, but yeah, so they've taken that point off. They can move in. Question is, can we rush them down? I mean, not with what we've got. I think our crash was really good. It gave us a good early advantage, but we just threw it away with some bad plays and bad positioning. And our opponents played really well. Human player, well done. Yeah, that's really awkward as well. We can hop over it, but it's still awkward. Also, the thing is, we're equal on crew, but our crew is a lot worse. A lot worse. And we haven't been able to play any for a while. Okay, so we obviously need to just put damage onto Torian a little bit. And Torian obviously hits us back. We shield barrier. Push over here.
Watch those spines.
One thing we are going to have to do is just scattervine onto a point. And maybe just poke this. You can season the hunt here. Move back over to here.
Your heart beating fast too?
Torian can move down this way, and I think we just need to get Tipu out immediately, really. And preferably somewhere fairly safe. So where can this reach? Over there. Yeah, so let's bring Tipu down about here. It's about as safe from Zax, or even... That's pretty safe. And we can grow a Cinder Sphere, something like...
One more minute.
Something like back here. No need to enter the breach or anything. Okay, so we're slowing down the points gain here. Like, they're going to have a lot. They've got 10 Cinder. We don't have any way of chipping that down at all. So they can just kill Sevria here. That works. But then the fact is that we can just run Tipu in potentially and start getting some much needed damage going. Especially if we can get it through a couple of times. Yep, so this is fine. This misses every time. And we can just try and keep body blocking that out the way. So maybe even just move here slightly, make it even harder. Ooh, are they going to try and push onto this? I mean, they could Florio here and just damage their own units but still inconvenience things. Torian can come here and just take 4, which is awkward. But I think we may even just use a Scattervine for that if this one lives. And just use 2 Cinder to take 4 damage away from Torian. Okay, so where are they heading? Okay, so they're heading over there, that's fine. So if they haven't used Florio, this might not be the best use. This we can do... I'm just curious as to if we can ever actually stop these points going wrong. Because we're going to have a lot of Cinder as well, we can use... I mean, yeah, that's a good use of it. Okay, so they didn't kill our Sevria, which is nice. So I actually think the first thing we do here is just grow something here. And then... Oh no, because we can't grow another one. I forgot we need to grow it, grow another one, and then move. Ooh, we could be in trouble here. Okay, so now we have to make our Scattervine survive, which is hilarious. This can just miss. We can move to about here, which I think makes it harder for them to get onto the objective, maybe. Oh no, they can tow it on, which is awkward, but it's acceptable.
My dad would not approve.
So if we move to, say, here... Maybe just take a pot shot at something, I don't know. At Zax. We could move to here.
Eyes on the prize. Your safety.
Move over this way. Shield barrier Tipu.
The safety zone.
Into the
We need your
breach.
expertise.
Tipu can go for a shot here, try and clear it out a little bit. Of course, miss.
That sword?
What do we deploy? Let's just deploy Chuck over it. Oh. I thought I had a few more seconds of that because that sound effect did not sound it. I was going to put a Chuck down over here. So I actually thought we had a few more seconds then. That's probably going to be the nail in the coffin there. Because I'm basically there, I was going on sound. I wasn't looking at the time, that's my own fault. I definitely should have been. So we're not out of this, but there's a very good chance we just lose our Tipu here is the problem. Oh no, because this is Tipu's dead, yeah. So Tipu's our real only damage left, to be honest. Luckily a Scattervine lived. So Scattervine can stop this being anything other than a points game. We can just try and go for points here, eventually. But I don't know how we're going to do that. We're holding 2 at the 1, really. Yeah, we left that little gap. I am very upset about that gap, I'll be honest, but that is what it is, nothing we can do about it. So now we just have to try and focus on not letting them score and finding our own ways to score. So Scattervine's going to be it. Chuck and Co is going to be our follow-up. Okay, so they've got Tipu as well. So we can start dealing with Toner a little bit, I guess. Like, we should have maybe put this in melee range if we'd known. Okay, that's fine. It gives us more Cinder at least. Okay, so there's the Nectarvine going. So again, we just pop over here. Season of the Hunt this every time.
The disease will be purged.
Shield barrier ourselves. Do we have a melee here? We do. Okay, so Torian can come in and just melee this as well, slowly. Scattervine can grow. And just attack. Hello, melee here. And probably pop another one down here. Attack here and move backwards. In fact, let's just leave that on top.
Safety's no accident.
We need to just kill that plant, basically.
Seems secure. Let's let our hair down.
I don't know how we even ever win this, to be completely honest, but we can try. Looking at bad lines of sight no matter where we go. I guess we'd take a poke at Florio.
Let me go next.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that's changed down to 3 seconds now instead of 5, which it used to be previously. I don't think we can win this, but I think we have to try. I think we're going to lose to Captain Damage, to be completely honest. I think they can just out-damage us. Their Tipu is going to ruin us. There's nothing we can do to stop Tipu. There's nothing we can really do to stop Florio. They've just outvalued us here quite a lot, and I think... Like, Crash took out 2 units on its own, but it was a lot of investment, and then it didn't really do enough afterwards because it was just down too low. So the attacks back really mattered there. And we can never let them score a point again, is the problem. If we let them score 1 point, we lose the game. So how do we ever stop that? I mean, it probably involves killing Tipu, but Tipu's going to heal every turn anyway. Or killing them off of objectives. I don't see a route out of this, I'll be completely honest. I think this is going to be a game loss, and I want to congratulate Human Player on a really well played game. They've absolutely controlled us out of this.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, okay, so we knew that was going to happen because it was 0% through 2 bodies. We can do 2 damage to Florio, which is awkward. Yeah, we're going to lose to Captain Damage here. There's not much left we can do. We didn't even get to deploy something last time because we used our Scattervines. Yeah, this is not my best game. I apologise for the gameplay. However, I don't think we were going to win even if I played better, because I think Human Player has done quite well. So we're going to deploy here.
We meet at last.
Keep using our abilities as and when we can. Keep attacking Florio.
Perfect form takes sweaty practice.
Pop over here to kill this Florio.
Come closer. I won't
And honestly, just move slightly out of the way here.
Not a waste.
And the only good thing we can do here is poke the plant. So we poke the plant. Let's grow some cinder to obstruct things heading our way. Possibly over here, in fact. Make it more good for Tipu, and everything else is where we want it. The thing is, we've not lost yet. Yeah, we're not out of this 100%, but I think it's very unlikely that we win. We can deploy a Neck Divine and start trying to heal once we lose something. It's just, I don't know how we ever kill the... yeah, so... that, I think, is the right play. If they kill this... oh, they're going for that. I was going to say, if they kill our Scattervine, we're in a great spot. No, they're in... yeah, no, they're in, they've got it. I think that's the nail in the coffin here. I think there's nothing more we can do because we have to stop them scoring a point there. And other than finding a way to get Chuck and Co in there, which is... I mean, it's possible. It's not great for us, but it's possible. Because we can move that forward, move Astra, refresh abilities twice so we can just chuck a couple of things away. Rely on lots of missed abilities. Yeah, I'm not sure how we get past this one. So I think the first thing we have to do here is chuck this, move Chuck forward, move Astra onto it, refresh Chuck, move back in again, see if we can get something on the point there. And I think our opponent knows exactly how this needs to play out as well, which is really good of them to sort of put that together. Because I don't think there's a reasonable out here. Yeah, I'd have just put it here, make it even harder. Okay, so let's... Are we in melee range? We are, okay. That's good at least, so we just toss that out. Astra can move up to there, so... if we just go to about here... this then works. Go on, Astra. Hurry up. The problem with this puts us very much at risk of just losing to Astra. Losing to damage, rather. So we can toss that. We can just come in and make a note of that point.
Perfect form takes sweaty practice.
There's nothing to melee. This...
Order is chaos.
Interesting, so they Seasons of the Hunt. I just don't know how we kill Crankbait. Kill Tipu ever.
Uh-oh. Something sounds imminent.
So what I think we do is just put Crankbait down over here.
This is good.
Let's grow some cinder. Oh, we can't quite put it in range of what we need to. We're just going to block some things off.
Huh. Both ends are pointy.
Yeah, we have to move back here. We can't get onto Zax, and if Zax just shoots our Tantan, we're out of the game. So putting Zax over here was a risk, but it doesn't mean that we're necessarily out yet. It does mean that we are in a lot of trouble, because Zax shooting Tantan actually just ends this game because we can't stop that point.
I've never
This hitting would have been nice, but it's not anything we can do anything about, so... yeah, so this is where they kill our plant. And we need to find ways of killing that Tipu, or just continuing to score points. We need 5 points to their 1. And if they see this line up here of Zax just attacking Tantan, we are out of this game completely. So I'm glad that they're missing it so far, but they just need to kill any one of our units, and we can't hold on that long. You know, this is a very much hold on for dear life situation.
Let me drive up to the bar.
Yep, so they're pushing our Neck Divine down. The thing is as well is, how do we deal 10 damage to a Tipu? I just don't think we can. Yep, 0 there, but that's fine. Have they got the Zax shot? Yeah, there we go. They've put 2 and 2 together. If they Gravitas Key and get the guaranteed hit,
The sun
perfect.
will not take sides.
There we go.
I'm Susan Paul, and you've got the goods, kid.
There we go. Definitely want to congratulate our opponent. That is a huge, you know, like, win for them. That's a really good game. They played it really nicely. I can't complain whatsoever. Very happy to have played someone who clearly knows how to play it, and they played it well. We don't have anything left on the bridge. I can't think of a single situation where we can get out of this. I mean, Crankbait can't even move because there's a cinder pile in the way. Yeah, they've got this. So, well played to our opponent. I'm going to thank them for the game, actually.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that was absolutely great. Well played to human player. We'll pass a turn, let them get the victory off the points. And GG. So Crash was a really fun intro, actually. I really enjoyed that. It did feel like it was impactful, but it was entirely coming down to positioning, and if they'd have positioned a lot safer or didn't have melee units they need to put forward, we'd have actually struggled a lot there. So not convinced it was going to be the a play that I'm going to go for in the future. I'm still yet to find a shell for Crash that I really like, and hopefully you guys can give me a hand in figuring that out in the future. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please do hit that subscribe button. Join me on the Patreon in the description down below. Drop a comment, and most importantly, thank you for watching, and even more than that is to have a good day.